Now to a CBS News exclusive with a Jewish U.S. Army major who resigned to protest U.S. support for Israel in its war against Hamas. Until yesterday, Harrison Mann worked in the Middle East Bureau of the Defense Intelligence Agency. In his first TV interview, the 13-year Army veteran tells CBS's Jim Axelrod why he feels he can no longer serve.
Israel's response to October 7th troubled former Army Major Harrison Mann from the start.
They were dropping 6,000 bombs a day. They were burning through munitions.
Exhausting their supply.
You know, it was very easy to link our support, which I was part of, to the killing in Gaza.
What bothered this intelligence officer specializing in the Middle East the most? His view that the Israelis were targeting Palestinian civilians indiscriminately and that U.S. weapons made it possible.
Were the Israelis using American weapons against civilians in Gaza?
I can say almost certainly yes.
But were they doing so intentionally?
I don't know how you kill 35,000 civilians by accident.
Israel insists it's doing its best to limit civilian casualties and that Hamas uses civilians as human shields. But that wasn't enough. Weeks later, Mann resigned, later explaining in a letter.
At some point, whatever the justification, you're either advancing a policy that enables the mass starvation of children, or you're not.
You felt your work was directly connected to starving children.
Yes.
There's going to be times when there's members that have different views. Certainly you're right to go ahead and get out, and I'll just leave it at that.
I decided I would resign.
More than a half dozen government officials have publicly resigned to protest U.S. support for Israel's war. Mann is the first from the military, the first from the intelligence community, and the first who's Jewish.
I think it's important to understand, just this is from a security perspective, Israel is not under existential threat.
And what do you say to American Jews who would say to you, what are you talking about?
If you are somebody who is really motivated by the concern to protect Jewish life, you should be fighting for them to conduct it in a way that does not turn basically the whole world against them.
The grandson of Jews who fled the anti-Semitism of Eastern Europe knows his stance will create some harsh blowback.
I didn't really feel like I had that much of a choice.
But he feels the only way to influence U.S. policy is to no longer assist those who make it. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Washington.